All right, why would a large corporate business allow oil and chemicals to drizzle into city drains, which end up right in the Rio Grande?
That is a very good question, and our special assignment reporter Kim Holland went to go find an answer to it. Dozens of jugs, containers, and cans have been sitting near the dumpster outside an AutoZone store near 4th and Bridge in Albuquerque for weeks. During a rainstorm last week, the chemicals in the oil drained right into the grate, which feeds into the river just 2 blocks away. Now, people say they have called the city's 311 number for a week, getting no results. But as soon as our news crews called, the city staff went right out to talk with managers at AutoZone.
Any type of container that contains any fluids other than rainwater should be undercover and removed.
Now, you want to hear what the AutoZone employees told us and the city about those chemicals and why they were outside? Well, tune in tonight at 9 o'clock on 2 Casa or see the entire story at our website anytime at KRQE.com.
Crazy scene captured on video, and it happened outside of school board member and Breaking Bad star Stephen Michael Quezada's home. You gotta watch this. He says 2 different vehicles crashed into his 19-year-old's car twice in less than 15 minutes right outside of his West Side home on Wednesday morning. Then it happened again, as you could see there. A red truck slammed into both cars. Quezada says the blinding sun is actually to blame here. He also says that there is a problem with drivers speeding through the residential area.
We're just hoping that we get some attention, that we're going to start, that we can get people to start looking at putting some speed bumps on the streets.
All right, well, it certainly is getting a lot of attention. By the way, no one was hurt in any of the crashes, and everyone did stick around to offer up their insurance information. Stephen Michael Quezada posted this surveillance video on his Facebook, and get this, it has been viewed more than 47,000 times and has been shared more than 600 times. An Albuquerque man is out of jail this morning after being accused of child abuse charges. According to the Albuquerque Journal, a criminal complaint states that the 9-year-old daughter of Eldon Begay here told school staffers that her father used a cattle prod on her when she failed to get up for school. The article states that the report shows the girl had no visible marks, but that her siblings also said that they had seen their father use the cattle prod on their sister and also on the family dogs. Begay is now charged with child abuse and cruelty to animals.
Well, they are a pair of poodle puppies born without 2 of their legs, and the city says it's getting a glimpse into the consequences of bad breeding here in Albuquerque because of this. Meet Diego and Frida. Cute little dogs. They're both born without both front legs. They now have new owners, but the city says they came from a group that was trying to inbreed them.
It's pretty uncommon, but I don't think I'd say it's extremely rare. We do commonly see animals missing a limb or having a heart condition.
Now, when pets have these kinds of defects, shelter workers have to determine whether it's more humane to keep them alive or put them down. Some of these problems come from people breeding higher-end designer animals or breeding simply so they can experience having a litter of puppies or kittens. The shelter says if you want to do that, you can help them foster animals. Last year alone, the city took in more than 22,000 pets and had to put almost 4,000 of them down. If you're curious about the foster program or you just want to adopt a great dog from the shelter, head to our website at KRQE.com and click on links. Pretty look out there.
Some New Mexico residents will be exempt from the new work-related rules for food stamps, at least for now. According to the Albuquerque Journal, counties and tribal groups with high unemployment rates will be among those exempt. The Human Services Department says that the new rules, which are set to take effect for 6 counties on November 1st, still apply to the rest of the state. The new rules increase work requirements for as many as 80,000 food stamp recipients. Adults with no kids would now be required to work up to 20 hours a week. Shocking information about high school dropouts right here in New Mexico. The audit released by the Legislative Finance Committee shows that more than 50% of the state's dropouts come from only about 25 high schools. The committee says the state needs to do more to keep kids in school. Officials say 4.7% of students dropped out in the 2013 year. Auditors say in the long run, reducing dropouts can reduce crime and bring more funding to schools.
The first case of the flu has been confirmed here in New Mexico. The State Department of Health says a 94-year-old man from Bernalillo County is in the hospital right now. Last season, 5 people in New Mexico died from the flu. Doctors say get your flu shots now. This especially goes for young children and the elderly. For a list of where to get the shots, go to KRQE.com and click on links. Well, New Mexico is getting a lot of money to help prevent chronic diseases. The U.S. Health and Human Services Department is giving us $2.5 million to help fight strokes, diabetes, obesity, tobacco-related illnesses, heart disease, and more. One of the programs that is getting the money is one that'll help people eat healthy.
Our goal is really about improving people's access to healthy food that's been grown locally and increasing physical activity, so safe places to be active in the community.
The Affordable Health Care Act is paying for some of this grant, hoping to decrease the nation's health care costs. All right, 5:37. It was an unusual sight, even for Albuquerque, where we see a lot of unusual stuff. There was a man rolling a 6-foot ball down Central Avenue in the middle of rush hour yesterday.
It was for a good cause. He's doing it to raise money for testicular cancer. 31-year-old Thomas Cantley is a testicular cancer survivor. He learned he had cancer when he was only 26 years old, and it gave him a new mission on life. He is now making a cross-country trek with a 6-foot inflatable ball seen there tethered to his waist, a symbol of what he lost and a warning to other young guys.
I was interviewing a young guy today. He ended up getting testicular cancer, but it spread to his brain, it spread to his lung.
His campaign is called Be Ballsy. Cantley's been driving with a team of 4 other guys since September 4th when they rolled out of Santa Monica, California on an 11-city tour that ends in New York. In Albuquerque, he was able to raise about $150 or so, enough money to get him to Oklahoma City. Now, if you are interested in learning more about the campaign, we have the information on the Be Ballsy campaign. Just go to our website, KRQE.com.